Good evening, everyone. My name is Someshwar. I welcome all of you on behalf of Art of Living organization to Yog Vaashishtha evening session. नमस्ते, मैं सोमेश्वर आप सभी का आर्ट ऑफ लिविंग संस्था की तरफ से योग वाशिष्ठ के सायंकाल के सत्र में स्वागत करता हूँ. टुडे वी आर ऑन 135th सेशन. आज हम लोग 135वें सत्र में यहाँ पे पहुंच चुके हैं. We begin our session by chanting Om 3 times. And today we will look at a very beautiful subject that Vasishtha Muni happens to go into the Chidakasha. And from there, how does he looks at this entire universe? And there is also very beautiful knowledge that comes that we always talk about. There is something called as self. There is something called as Atma, soul, self, that consciousness. How does that self, we always have a journey of how does we experience that self, the journey of going outward till inner. How does that self looks at us? How does that self experiences this expression of this? Or how does that Brahma, that Chaitanya, that supreme consciousness, it experiences this world? So that is something which is very interesting to know. We'll look at it, how that will unfold. So for now, I welcome all our Zoom participants, all our Facebook viewers, and all our YouTube viewers to today's session. Let's all close our eyes, आंखें बंद कर ले, and we'll continue to offer our prayer. आराम से बैठ जाए and close your eyes. Let's bring back our attention to our breath. Take a normal breath in and let go. Take a deep breath in and exhale completely. Breathe in for the Omkar chanting. Let us invoke the divinity within. Guru का आवाहन कर ले. आवाहनम 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 पुनः पुनः सच्चिदानंद रूपोऽहम् शिवोऽहम् शिवोऽहम् शिवोऽहम्. Let us express our gratitude towards the Master. Guru Vandana kar le. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Gurur Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah, Tasmai Shri Shri Gurave Namah. Let us pray to the Master. Whatever the words that come out of this mouth, whatever the actions that are happening, whatever the thoughts overrun to this mind and the power of discrimination arise in our intellect, whatever the impressions that might be getting created in the memory, and if still there is an iota of that me, let all these known and unknown levels of our existence be inspired by the Master alone. Pray like this. If you have already experienced that mukti, moksha, freedom, and you want to continue to experience that in this Jivan Mukta Sthiti, then let that inspiration also come from the Master alone. Feel the presence of the Master within and outside. And slowly and gradually, you may open your eyes. धीरे धीरे अपनी प्यारी सी आंखें खोल सकते हो. Jagdev, let's continue with our session. So we are looking at something called as Pashana Akhyan. No? Pashana means Shila, that stone. And a story of that, what happens, what are the possibilities that can happen within the stone, within the Pashana. No, that's a very beautiful story. There are almost around 11, 12 chapters which are dedicated to this Pashana Akhyan, and through various stories, Vaashishtha Muni is unfolding that deep and deeper than the deepest, beyond our imagination, beyond our tarka, beyond our buddhi. That level of understanding of this world is being revealed here by Vaashishtha Muni to Prabhu Ramchandraji and the entire court, and we are so fortunate that we have an opportunity to go through it. Now, while walking on this path, many times we speak about, okay, there is some Atman, there is some Brahma, there is some Shiva, and we experience that into pockets when we go into deeper and deeper Nirvikalpa Samadhi, we enter into Samadhi, Gurudev walks us through. We do the Sudarshan Kriya when in Gurudev's voice or on our own, and at that some point of time we experience that deep meditative state. If someone asks us what is that, kindly explain, we find ourselves, words we do not get it. It's anirvachaniya. We say that, oh, I am not able to explain that, put it in a word what I experience. Some that of that. So we have an experience of that Chaitanya, not at the physical level, not through your Panchendriyas, 5 senses, but something which is beyond all these things. So this is in a one direction. But then how does that self looks at this? How does, if there is this one consciousness, that one Chaitanya, how does that Chaitanya, that consciousness looks at this world? That is something we will come across today, this knowledge, and we'll see how that is something possible. So to understand this, let's just take a quick recap of what happened in the last 2 chapters, and today we'll see the chapter 3 and 4. So here we saw that Vaashishtha Muni, once upon a time, when he has completely achieved that state of Atma Jnana and all that, and he was fully contented sitting just like that, he thought that let me go ahead and take a solace. I want to get into deeper experience of meditation. So let me go and find a place. And he searched everywhere. He doesn't find any nice place to meditate here on earth. So he goes into the space and he searched for the space over there. There also he sees so many different types of Brahmandas, different types of universes, so many different types of species, something which is beyond our imagination. Many times we watch movies and we see the fictions. Yes. So such a fiction, such a imagination, or such a thing that he sees that point of time thousands and thousands of years back. Such an amazing thing that they saw such things and they wrote about it, and that is what we are getting to see. Based on such a concept, which for us, for the science, it appears as a fiction. Movies are getting created on this. Such a depth of knowledge, such a in-depth thinking, such a in-depth knowledge Vashishtha Muni and many such Rishi Munis had that point of time. This is really, really great. So it's so many different types of species, so many different types of Brahmandas, so many different types of universes, parallel universes, all these things very descriptively it is given in the chapter number 1 and 2. So like this, he just happens to go into very, very far away and went to very, very corner of this entire thing. And then that is where he find a space which is very calm and quiet. And with Sankalpa only prepares his Parnakuti, the place to stay over there. And he sit there in Padmasana, start doing meditation. And then he drops all the different koshas, establish himself into a meditative state, that nirvikalpa samadhi. And like this, his sankalpa is there that to meditate such for 100 years. So as his sankalpa is there to meditate for 100 years, 100 years passes like that, and then he becomes into the Jagruta Avastha. While becoming into the Jagruta Avastha, he gets into that Aham Bhava. So Rama asked the question. Rama is very intelligent. He catches one. That how come the person like you who is Atma Gyani, the one who is a Manas Putra of Brahma Deva himself, and such a person, how can that person has a Ahankara? Vashishtha Muni corrects him that it is not Ahankara, it is the Aham, just that being. That I have to, if one has to be in this individual consciousness, then one has to have that feeling of separateness from the moon. If you are always already in that Chaitanya, then nothing else is possible there. No, nothing is there. So to have that thing, one has to get into that Aham Bhava. But it was just only for till the point of Jiva Dharana, that individual consciousness that comes onto its awareness, that Jagruta, only till that point. But the word which you are referring, that Ahankara, that ego sense, that inferiority or superiority complex, that never touched me, and that were never there. It was just for momentarily that Jiva Bhava to become that individual consciousness, to become aware in coming to the Jagruta Avastha. That Aham Bhava came, and that's about it. So like this, even though we have this Aham Bhava, it is the part of our Astitva. It is there. If it is not there, then you don't exist. So when it's such a thing there, what is that we need to do? We need to take care that it doesn't get translated into either the Ahankara, superiority complex, nor the Nyunaganda, inferiority complex. It needs to remain in just that feeling of that being, that's it. Up to that point of time, that Aham Brahmasmi, or that Tat Tvam Asi, that Tat Tvam means I Asi, I am that, that's it. So that is, you up to that level of time that Aham is there, then it's absolutely fine. Don't allow it to translate into Ahankara of any kind, either this side or that side, then you are safe, then you are going through. Same thing applies to your Chitta also. When we say Chitta Nasha means not destruction of your mind, rather transformation of your Chitta from the this Rajas and Tamaguna into the Sattva Guna. Then the Sattva Guna will dawn. The Karuna, compassion, Maitri, friendship, love, Bhakti, that thing will dawn. That Seva, Sadhana, Seva, Satsang, walking on the good path, being with the masters, all that thing will dawn, and that is what is important to us. So one has to get into that. So like this Aham is there, and let it be. Like that Vashishtha Muni explained. Now he continues to explain the story in the second chapter, that while doing so, when he became aware, that point of time, he saw there is some Dhwani that is coming, some things with, but when he looked at through his eyes, that point of time, he did not see anything around. And then he also again go back into that Chidakash space. He drops all his other existence. And just like that we drop the Annamaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha in Panchakosha meditation. We drop the Manomaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha, we experience the bliss, Ananda Shanti, we experience that. So like that he keeps on dropping all the layers, and he submerged himself into the Chidakasha. So now in this Chidakasha, he happens to now see that a young woman coming to him, and she is singing the glory of himself again, that she sings that you are that one who is beyond all the words, who is beyond all these things, who is beyond all these 6 distortions. You are such one, such Atma Gyani. I am singing the glory of you. You you alone. And then he looks at it and he doesn't get flattered, and then he happens to just go pass away from there, and then he continues his journey, he continues to travel around. So like this, when Rama hears this story, so that is where the third chapter starts. He then Rama asked to Vashishtha Muni, that Vashishtha Muni, you told me that you are in the form, you became like a Chidakasha. No, in the Brahma Akasha, that Chidakasha. In that Chidakasha, how that conversation that happened between you and her, how that conversation is possible? How did you did that conversion? For that you need to be in a physical body, individual consciousness. That is where the Vaishishta Muni explains the thing, that how does this Chidakasha, how does that Tattva, that Brahma, that Shiva, how does it experiences this entire world? So he says that as I was Chidakasha, it was not that to see all these things I had to travel from one place to another place. It wasn't that. It was all happening within me. So I was the ultimate observer. I became the Chidakasha. And if you see that chronological order of this Utpatti, how it happens, it's all upon Chaitya, Chitta, and in the Chitta Akash, the Chidakasha of the divinity, that all these things appear, everything that universe Brahman appears to be projected there. So like that, that Chidakasha did not travel. Somebody who is there, very, very far away from earth, for them, what's happening on the earth, they are able to see at one point. They need not travel that Bombay to Delhi, that distance. For them, it is just that one, just a small ball like earth. They are able to see from this day. So on this corner there is a night, on this corner there is a day. They are able to see from that distance. So he says that I was in that Chidakasha where all these things are there appearing. And don't think that I saw that at the level of my this chakshu. No? Chakshu means your eyes. So don't see that I saw it on a physical eyes there. It was just at the level of experience. Rama again asks, how? वही तो मैं पूछ रहा था. That is exactly what I was asking. How did you saw that? How did you experience that? So he says, my dear, it is just like you are watching a dream. In that dream, are you using your eyes? No, we don't use our eyes. Are we using in your physical body? No, we don't use that. Yet you have an experience of watching something over there. Something which you watch as a drishya outside, I see the same thing goes into your dream also, right? So, Siti, this world also, it is just like a dirgha dream. It's the dream of the Brahmakasha. So, whatever is happening in the dream of that Chidakasha, the Brahmakasha, once you become the Chidakasha, it is all visible to you. It's all happening. And in that thing, you are able to see everything. It's all happening within you. So you are able to see. So like this is a very beautiful analogy. It's very easy to understand using this. So in a dream, we are able to see that what's happening. And we can also converse. You are also part of your own dream. And then you are talking to someone else. You're fantasizing something. And you have a conversation. How is that possible? So he says it is at that level that was possible. Okay, so fine. He says that's fine. I understood it from your perspective. Then he also gives you one more example that, okay, how does your own, if you look at your own body, how does yourself, your consciousness is aware about your body parts? It need not, yourself need not come out and take a round of around you and experience you and see it through some eyes. Do we look at our own body through eyes? Have you looked at your back? Never, right? It's not possible to look at it. But yet you have an experience of yes, that your back exists. How does that awareness came of your back exist? It is through that consciousness. So it sees that all these things at the level of Chaitanya, from inside your Atma, yourself. These are all different just names we call. What that is, we don't know. Just we say awareness, Chaitanya. That awareness is capable of knowing itself. It's as this, all the avayavas, this, all the angas, all these body parts, physical as well as the subtle. Subtle means your mind, your intellect, your smriti, your memory, your ego. This is subtle, chitta. And then your prana, your breath, your all the panchendriyas, 5 body, karmendriya, all these body parts, that's at the grass. So all these, both the things, that's Chaitanya, that self is able to experience it. How it able to experience? It is like this. No? We explained it is like this, it's able to experience. So similarly, that Chaitanya also, that this entire universe, that Chaitanya looks at this just like its own body parts. The way our Chaitanya, our Atma, ourself, are aware about our own body parts, like that Chidakasha, that Chaitanya is also aware about the entire universe, as if it is its own avayava. So that in such a case, even if, do we know how many hairs are there on our head? Would they explain this? We say no, we don't know. But even if you just pull one hair out of it, you have an exact notion which one particular hair is getting pulled. Anywhere anything happens inside your body, the receptors immediately will sense, and you become aware, you know about it. Like that Chaitanya is well aware of exactly what is happening in this entire universe. And does it take time to make it happen? He says no, it is immediately, instantly, whatever is happening everywhere, it is aware about that thing. So with that awareness, I saw that this young lady is coming, and with that awareness, just like one converse in a dream, I had a conversation with her. Such a intelligence, such a beautiful, such an insight depth. If required, when we conclude this session, if you want to have a little more discussion on this, please feel free to welcome. You are welcome to ask question. We'll discuss this in detail. थोड़ा और समझने के लिए थोड़ा चाहिए तो we can do. But see, at the level of depth of understanding, how that has, how this universe and how does it experience itself, how our own Chaitanya experiences our own body, using the examples of dream. How beautifully Vasishtha Muni explains this to Rama, so that there is no iota of that doubt that can remain in one's, while listening to this. Very, very clearly, very beautifully. If you go through this scripture, you may find it very difficult to understand. But I'm just trying to simplify it in a very simple word so that we can understand it. At least at the level of our intellect, tarka, we can understand this. So then he continues to explain, then the story continues over there. Then the Rama also is very curious. He said that, okay, fine, I really understood, that was very nice. But now let me tell what happened with that Taruni. You did not tell what happened with that woman who came and who was singing the glory of you in the form of a poem. Then he says, yes, okay, let me tell you that also. When that woman came, and that point of time I had a conversation with her, and then how come she came over there? That itself is a very curious thing to know. He was Brahmagyani, he happened to go there as a part of, he became the Chidakasha and all that. He was meditating and all that. He could achieve that. How come she reached there? So she must have some baggage, she must have some history. That lady, who is she? That is something. So this is where Rama expressed, kindly tell me, I'm really curious now. How come she reached there? And how come, why she was searching for you? All such questions are there. So now Vasishtha Muni start addressing that. Then I also become curious about it. And then at the level of Chidakasha, I happened to found her. And then I have initiated a conversation with her. I asked her, what is it that you want? Why you were searching for me? Why you were singing the glory of me? Like that, something like that. That conversation starts. And this is where that woman, her name is Vidyadhari. So that Vidyadhari starts telling her story now. That story begins now, that she tells that I am such a lady, I am married to such and such one of the person, and that I stay inside the stone, inside the Pashana. That is the reason this Akhyan is called as Pashana Akhyan. I stay inside the stone, and that my husband also stays inside the stone, and there is all this entire Brahmand. Just like this Srishti is there here, universe is there, there is this entire, all the three lokas, the Patal Loka, the Bhu Loka, the Swarga Loka, all these three lokas also there. Tribuna, there are various types of all the species that appears here. They are also there, and all these things she give very descriptive things that whatever is happening over here, it's happening in that stone also. That is something which is very curious to know, right? How come all these things can happen inside the Pashana, inside the stone? No, Gurudev also refers to that. There is a Chaitanya. It's there. It's very minimal, but it's there. So something related to that, but we'll see how it unfolds. There are almost on 11, 12 chapters around it. We are still under 3 and 4 chapter. So let us see. So Vashishtha Muni continues to ask, and then she continues to explain that I am such and such things, then I happen to, and that thing from the Balyavastha itself, that my husband, he used to be on this spiritual path and all that, and with his Satya Sankalpa only, he created me. And then, but even though he created me, he married to me, but after that, he never spent any married life with me, and like that, I became young and I became Taruni like this. And now she explains that, no, that how does one who is a married woman and she does not get that love from her husband, what all the emotion that one can go through. She explains all that. So this is she's telling her pastor. Right now she's not in that state. She's telling this part that I have gone through it. So, but he was completely into his own yoga abhyasa. He have heard and read about it, about the mukti and moksha, and he has heard about this vishaya tyaga. So he was not indulged into any of such activities which can break his path. And then he continued to walk on his path. And then while I went through lot of dukkha, lot of dormanasya, no? She explained all her sthiti, all her situation. But then while walking on this path, once upon a time, even I was fed up with it, and that vairagya, that dispassion dawned in me. And I also, in that vairagya, in that dispassion, I also found that, oh, there is no joy in all these things. Let it be. I also started doing the yoga abhyasa. I also did the yoga, pranayama, meditation, and slowly and gradually, I learned these siddhis of Akasha Gamana. We have seen this in detail, no? What are all the different types of 8 siddhis, no? Ganima, Arima, this Akasha Gamana, various types of siddhis, no? One can increase their size, one can reduce their size, one can travel with a subtle body into the space, no? Space travel and all that. You have seen all that thing in detail. So she says that I have achieved that. And then after achieving that, then there is a very descriptive Vardhan description that is given about it. How then she has done this and how she has then traveled. She was traveling to this Akasha. And now, despite of achieving all these siddhis, and yet my husband is doing all that practices, we both have not yet reached to the Atmagyani. And then when I was traveling to this entire Akasha Gamana, that is where no one that could reach such a place, such a place that I saw you are doing. And then I have traveled through all these things. I did not find anyone else that Siddha like you. You are that Brahmagyani. And now with that Abhilasha, with that intention to achieve that knowledge, to achieve that Upadesha of the Brahma Tattva Atmagyana, I was singing the glory of you. That is where I met you. And this is what I want. Now, hey Mahamuni, hey Bhagwan, now you kindly bless us, kindly come along, because if you do not help me, then who else will? No, you are that Karuna, you have that such a compassion that anyone who comes on the path of walking like this, and they seek that blessings and knowledge from you, you never say no. If you do the upeksha, if you reject me, then where will I go? Like that she prays, she is expresses herself, her sthiti to him. So while listening to this, Vashishtha Muni becomes very curious. No, in the Pashana, she is telling all these things. Is it not a good idea to go and see it? So they happens to continue there, and they then at the level of that Chida Akasha, there is no physical activities happening. So at that level, that path itself is for them is just like that. The goal itself is for them just like it's present. So they happen to in Kshanarda, in just a moment, they happens to disappear from there and appears in front of that Shila, that stone. Now the situation comes here that both of them are standing in front of the stone. Both of them are looking at the stone. Whatever the things that she has explained to him, that is all happening in that stone. And she is also she is into wonderstruck. Here Vasishtha Muni asked, you told me something about that stone. And right now, I don't see, I just see that Sheila had that stone there. And she is also very aware, because she is also looking at that and she is only seeing that stone only. She is not able to see something which is inside that stone, which she explained to him. So here Vasishtha Muni says that where is that gone? Why you are not able to, why we both are not able to see what you explained, that all such things is happening in that stone. That is where she very politely says to Vasishtha Muni that, hey Bhagwan, hey Mahamuni, you know what has happened till now? The one which I should not have hold onto my past, I have got back into that remembrance of my husband. I have remembered all that thing that happened with me. I got stuck into it. I've experienced that vyatha. I experienced that dukkha. I experienced that sorrow. And I experienced that kama vasana that I had gone through once upon a time, that lust that I had gone through. Experience of that, all that has pulled me down, that all the siddhis with all this thing that I was able to experience and see, that it appears that that is little bit diminished. So I am not able to see anything in that. And the one which I'm asking you to see, in we are not able to see, because then I am not able to show you what I wanted to show you, because I myself is not able to see that. So like this conversation goes on there. And then that is how she explains that, see, that this is the way. Now this is for us to understand what is the takeaway here. The takeaway here is that even though you are walking on this path from n number of years, or you're doing all your sadhana, seva, satsang, you're going through the scriptures, you're listening to your master, that upadesha, everything is there. Yet, if you happen to leave this path and go on to the other direction, there is a possibility of fall also. Very beautiful way that sthiti, why she is not able to see that, that learning is that once you even go back like this momentarily also, you go back into such a past, again there is a possibility that, and again you'll come back to that thing, and again you have to put your efforts again to go back to that situation where you were. It's possible that you can set back, but Gurudev says, I am there with you now. Don't worry. You can, if the one who is started walking on this path along with, it is possible that they will come 6 steps back, but not 0. It will never be 0. I will always carry you along. Your home is in my heart. Now there is a very beautiful song. Come here, my dear Mere Guruji. Now your home is in my heart. And he says that I will walk you along. I'll carry you along. I'm that rope is there in my hand. I am carrying you along. Don't worry. That ship is there. You're there on that ship. I am the captain of that ship. So I am sailing it through. Don't worry. Relax. Let that thing happen. But just do your Purusha. What you are supposed to do. You take that one step. I will take 99 steps for you. But you should take your one step. He is there. So there is nothing to worry as such, but there is learning, so that our commitment towards sadhana, seva, satsang, knowledge, being in this ananda, this trupti, that enhances. That will become more dhrud. That will become more, you'll become more committed, more focused on this path. That is what, as an takeaway, we can learn from that last portion. These are 2 chapters conclude. I have put all that thing to put it in a very small summarized manner, but it's a good idea to go through it. It's a very descriptive thing. It's a good idea to go through it on your own. You will also get few more dimensions, few more, or even while listening today, if you have any question, you're welcome to ask that. If you have got any another dimension, another viewpoint, that this is also possible, please share that. We all will get to learn something out of it. I'll put a pause on my words here. I'd like to hand over this session to you, Jai Gurudev. Unmute option is been open here now. You can unmute yourself and you can speak. Over to you all, Jai Gurudev. Yeah, Jayagadev Deblina ji, it's good idea to open up and then unmute yourself and speak out. Yeah, chat is also good. Sometimes you can even just unmute yourself and also speak. Anybody else who has any questions or they would like to express themselves, they are welcome to do that. Yeah, Ramaji, please go ahead.
From this lesson, I realized that if we go back 2 steps back, then Guru will hold my hand and he will he will keep forward to me and he will keep the balance to me. But this is my takeaway from this lesson.
And that's a fantastic thing, है ना, कि है गुरु है ना साथ में, तो बहुत ज्यादा ऐसे स्ट्रेस में टेंशन लेके नहीं आना, जस्ट मस्त होके एक भक्त के भांति इस मार्ग पे चलते रहो. हाँ, लेकिन ज्ञान मिल रहा है तो व्हाई नॉट कंटिन्यू टुडे.
इस पथ में तो आंधी तूफान बहुत सारे आएंगे, लेकिन गुरु विल कीप बैलेंस एंड ही विल कीप ए औरा बेड़ी जैसे बोलते हैं ना, तो ही विल कीप around me and then he will keep balance with me. He'll give balance.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, I definitely agree with you. Lina ji, would you like to say something?
Just listening to you is such a pleasure, Dada. That itself is blissful.
Well, we love to listen to you. It's a good idea to speak.
ये जो चिदाकाश में बहुत सारे जो यूनिवर्स में बहुत सारे ब्रह्मांड है, तो उसका वो उपस्थित हैं, तो उसका अनुभव हम कर सकते हैं क्या? हमें हो सकती है कि हम वो अनुभव कर पाए?
जरूर हो सकता है, बिल्कुल कर सकते हैं. तो कई बार देखा ना, वशिष्ठ मुनि ने कई सारी कथाएं जो बताई, पद्म राजा लीलावती की कथा बताई, जो हिंदू पुत्रों की हमने कथा देखी, तो वो तो खुद ही ब्रह्म बन गए. आप तो सिर्फ अनुभव करने की बात करें तो उन्होंने तो खुद का अपना ब्रह्मांड ही बना लिया, 10 ब्रह्मांड बना लिए एक, है ना. तो जरूर संभव है सरिता जी.
अच्छा, जीव अगर अहम भाव में होता है तो मन की क्या स्थिति होती है?
जीव अहम भाव में है, कोई बात नहीं, अहंकार में ना है. अहम भाव बात का हो जाता है अहम ब्रह्मास्मि, तो अहम भाव ही तो है ना. लेकिन वो उसमें कोई डिस्टिंक्शन नहीं है. हाँ, तत्त्वम असि, ये भी तो अहम भाव ही है. सो हम क्या है? सो हम, गुरुजी तो बोलते हैं सो हम, तो वो भाव ठीक है, वो रहे. हम सो बोलो, सो हम बोलो, हम ब्रह्मास्मि बोलो, शिवो हम शिवो रोज प्रार्थना में भी आता है, तो वही है ना, शिवो हम, शिव ही मैं ही, शिवो हम. तो अहम तो है ना, शिव अहम कंबाइन होता है तो शिवो हम कहते हैं. अहम होने दो, कोई तकलीफ नहीं. अहम को अहंकार ना बनने दो. अहंकार माने आई एम समबडी, मेरी कॉलर टाइट, लुक एट मी, वो इनफैक्ट सुपेरिटी कॉम्प्लेक्स, या आई एम होपलेस, लो कॉन्फिडेंस, न्यूनगंड बोलते, वो दोनों भी ठीक नहीं है. दोनों में अहम आता है, इट्स ओके, रहने दो, उससे कोई तकलीफ नहीं है.
ये विक्टिम कॉन्शियसनेस और ये भी उसी से होता है, अहंग भाव से ही होता है.
Yes, inferiority complex is victim consciousness.
And culprit also.
Incompetence लगना, low confidence लगना, न्यूनगंड, यह जो सारी स्थितियां है, यह न्यूनगंड की, माने ये कॉम्प्लेक्स ही है, आपकी ईगो का ही कॉम्प्लेक्स है, ये अहंकार है, ये जो अपने आप को औरों से अलग मानता है, नीचे मानता है. ये जो ऊंच नीच की जो स्थिति आती है ना, तो कोई किसी को उच्च मानता है, कोई किसी को अपने आप को नीच मानता है, बोलते दोनों भी ठीक नहीं है। वो विक्टिम कॉन्शियसनेस में चले जाते हैं लोग। अक्सर क्रिमिनल के साथ ये होता है, दे गो इनटू द विक्टिम कॉन्शियसनेस, गिल्ट में फंस जाते हैं। तो बोलते उतना गिल्ट में एक लेवल पे इफ यू रियलाइज योर मिस्टेक, इट्स फाइन, दैट्स अबाउट इट। थोड़ा उसका प्रायश्चित करना है, कर लो, कोई बात नहीं है। डोंट रिपीट दैट मिस्टेक अगेन, इट्स फाइन। बट गेटिंग स्टक इनटू दैट गिल्ट एंड नॉट टू परफॉर्म योर ड्यूटीज, तो फिर कोई बात नहीं बनी ना। अपने काम धंधे आप करना पाओ, ऐसे गिल्ट में फंस जाओ, ऐसे विक्टिम कॉन्शियस में फंस जाओ, आप ऐसे 10 लोगों के सामने जाके बात भी ना कर पाओ, तो फिर तो वो क्या स्थिति है, तो ठीक नहीं। उसमें नहीं फंसना है, मतलब उसको छोड़ो, फिर वो तोड़ो उस अहंकार को, दोनों साइड से। इन्फेरिटी कॉम्प्लेक्स को भी तोड़ो, और स्टूल से गुरुदेव की जो प्रक्रिया उससे तोड़ो, या फिर बिलोंगिंगनेस को बढ़ाओ। तो बिलोंगिंगनेस बढ़ जाएगा तो सामने वाले 10 लोग मेरे ही है, मेरा ही हिस्सा है। आत्म तत्व में आ जाओ, सामने वाले के अंदर वही आत्मा है, चैतन्य है, तो मेरे जैसे ही तो है, फिर उनसे डरना क्या। या मेरे अपने ही है, तो अपनों से फिर डरना क्या। मतलब ऐसे अलग अलग प्रकार से इस अहंकार को हम लोग मिटा सकते, अहम में जा सकते। अहम बन गया तो कोई बात नहीं, बट डोंट गेट इनटू द अहंकार।
भैया गुरु के बात पर अगर भरोसा होती है ना, तो आदमी फियरलेस हो जाता है, एकदम कोई डर नहीं रहता।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल।
यदि नहीं रहता,
रचेता
हर बात पे उनका, हर बात पे, हर नॉलेज पे भरोसा करना है। वो क्या बोल रहे हैं, वो क्या, किस चीज के लिए, किस प्लेटफॉर्म में वो बोल रहे हैं, किस चीज के लिए आपको समझा रहे हैं, तो इसके ऊपर अगर हम लोग को भरोसा रहे ना, तो कोई चीज का डर ही नहीं रहता।
बिल्कुल
हर
बिल्कुल
समय आदमी खुश रह सकता है।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल। और कई बार क्या होता है ना, गुरुदेव जो बोलते हैं ना, वो हर चीज हर समय हमको समझ में नहीं आती। बहुत कुछ ऐसे करवा लेते हैं ध्यान में, या बहुत कुछ ऐसे बड़ी बड़ी ज्ञान की चीजें बोलते हैं, अपनी छोटी बुद्धि को समझ में नहीं थी। इसलिए गुरुदेव कहते कुछ जान के चलो, कुछ मान के चलो।
मान के चलो।
हाँ, तो मानना जरूरी है। तो थोड़ा समय पे आगे बढ़ोगे, जिस वक्त जो स्थिति आएगी फिर वो समझ में आने लगेगा। बोलते एबीसीडी पढ़ रहे हो, पीएचडी का ज्ञान समझ में नहीं आएगा इमीडिएटली, बोलते कोई बात नहीं ना, एबीसीडी पढ़ लो, फिर थोड़ा प्री प्राइमरी भी कर लो, तो फिर थोड़ा फर्स्ट स्टैंडर्ड, प्राइमरी, सेकेंडरी कर लो, फिर आओगे पीएचडी में, तो पीएचडी का ज्ञान पीएचडी के वक्त भी आएगा। तो बोलते वो योग वशिष्ठ तुमने पढ़ा है, तो और 2-3 साल के बाद फिर से पढ़ो। बोलते जैसे जैसे आपकी परिपक्वता हो जाएगी, मैच्योरिटी बढ़ेगी, तो यही स्क्रिप्चर आपको एक अलग आयाम देगा, अलग ही पहलू देगा, अलग ही चीजें उभर के आएगी। तो यह संभव है, तो इसलिए बार बार करो, अगेन एंड अगेन ना। ऐसा नहीं मैंने एक बार पढ़ लिया तो मैंने सब जान लिया। अरे भाई, कहाँ कुछ जान लिया तुमने, सुई के नोक के ऊपर भी जितनी जगह उतना भी तुम जानते नहीं है, और बोलते हो मैंने सब जान लिया। ऐसे पढ़ लिया मैंने, एक बार पढ़ लिया। एक बार पढ़ने से कुछ नहीं होता है, बार बार उसको दोहराना पड़ेगा, ताकि वो अपनी जिंदगी का चलते फिरते हिस्सा बन जाए, ना सिर्फ शब्द के ऊपर इसको सुने। जयश्री जी भी बड़े प्यार से वेट कर रहे। जयश्री जी, वुड यू लाइक टू स्पीक और से समथिंग? प्लीज गो अहेड।
जय गुरुदेव, बहुत अच्छा लगा। मैं बहुत दिन से योग वशिष्ठ सुनने के लिए बहुत मन कर रहा था, लेकिन नहीं कर पा रही थी। आई फील फॉर्चुनेट फॉर दैट।
हाँ,
बहुत
बढ़िया।
अच्छा लगा।
हाँ हाँ, जरूर आप अटेंड कीजिए, इट विल डेफिनेटली हेल्प।
हाँ,
जितना आपको अच्छा लगता है उतना भी मुझे भी अच्छा लगता है।
जय गुरुदेव दादा।
जय गुरुदेव। और किसी को अपने आप को कुछ बोलना है, व्यक्त करना है, आप जरूर बात कर सकते हैं। इफ नॉट देन आज के इस सत्र को हम लोग यहीं पे रोक लेते हैं। जय गुरुदेव, लेट्स मीट टुमारो। जय गुरुदेव। बाय।